What's up, everyone? Yes, you read that title correctly. I am getting the itch to play pro golf again.
He's back!
What's up, everybody? Before we get into it, I would really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button down below. Give the video a like, hit that notification bell as well so you can get reminded when my videos come out. Yeah, this video it's cool for me to talk about. Right now we're in Florida. We're doing a super stroke shoot for good, and we're playing some golf tomorrow, and then we're heading back home. We've been on the road for a couple weeks and very excited to get back home and see my beautiful fiance Abby and just hang out. Luckily next month we are pretty much in Dallas the whole time, I think. Yeah, I just wanted to sit here. I put some notes down on my phone on stuff I just kind of want to touch on, but I'm not reading a script here. I'm just gonna kind of talk and explain what I've been thinking and feeling lately with golf and my career and what I want to do, and just kind of be out in the open with you guys and just let you know what's kind of going on. I'll say like this, one thing about YouTube that is fantastic and why people love YouTube, I believe, is because they feel like they get to know us personally. You can tell whenever they come up to us, or say like Bubby, for instance, with the issues he had in the past. People will come up to him all the time. I hear it whenever we're at meetups. They say how much they inspired him, and for Sharp with his faith, and people feel like they know us, and on a personal level, and that's a great thing about YouTube. With that though, people sometimes, I feel like, I'll read Reddit or YouTube comments, whatever, and people think they know more about my story than I do. And it's kind of, so I just want to get this out in the open, just get my story out, why I quit pro golf in the past, and what happened with my career, and what my plan is for the future, or what I kind of know, or what I'm kind of thinking about my plan being. If all that makes sense. I don't know if any of what I just said makes sense, but we're just gonna get into it, okay? So we'll just start off in the past. We'll go back in time and just tell you about my career a little bit, just do not very long, but so basically in junior golf, I was a very decorated junior golfer. I hit the ball so good all the time, and it was so much fun. I had no fear, just striped it. I had bad days too, but my bad days were not all that bad. I was ranked top 5 basically all my junior career. I just always played well. It seemed like every tournament I played in, I was always in contention. And obviously in junior golf, players aren't as good. But compared to my competition, I was always competing, always give myself a chance to win tournaments at the highest level, at the AJGA Invitational, which is kind of like the majors. AJGA is sort of like the PGA Tour for junior golf, and the Invitationals are kind of like the majors for junior golf. I won two Invitationals, a lot of top 5s, a lot of top 10s. That's where I got to compete with people like Scotty Scheffler, Colin Morikawa, Sahith Theegala, basically any pro golfer now that's in their like 24 to 29 range. I probably played with them a lot in junior golf, and it was very cool to get to know all those guys and really beat a lot of them a lot of the time.
Damn!
It was fun, but and now obviously they're doing great on the PGA Tour, which is fun to see, and I'm always rooting for all those guys. Sam Burns is another one. Him and Scotty were probably my 2 best friends in college, or in junior golf. So it's fun to see them playing the golf they are now, and at such a high level. But what's up, everybody? Sorry to take you away from the video, but if you know me, you know that I absolutely love sports, and I especially love going to see sports in person, which is why I'm always trying to find the best deal I can on tickets. Which is why I want to give the sponsor of today's video, SeatGeek, a huge shout out. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There are more than 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek, including concerts, sports, festivals, and a lot more. Right now you can get tickets to the new MLB season that just started, and you can get tickets to the NBA and NHL playoffs that are right around the corner. I love using SeatGeek because it is so easy, and I'm on the app right now. I love the Texas Rangers. Huge Rangers fan, and the season just started, like I said, and I want to go to some games this year. So it's super easy just to go on the search, Texas Rangers, and then it shows you all the games, all the upcoming games. So easy to find what game you need to go to, or what game you're trying to go to. Look at this, I mean, it's easy. I can't go to this game, but let's just go look at the tickets. We'll go 2 tickets for me and Abby, and you can just scroll through all of them, and it shows the picture of what that seat looks like right there, which is so nice because I know sometimes you get tickets, you don't really know what it looks like. You get there and all of a sudden there's a big podium in your way. Not with SeatGeek. It shows you what it looks like from that seat, which is so nice. SeatGeek has your back. Each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10 so that you know you're getting a good deal. Look for the green dot, because if you have a green dot, that means it is a great deal. The red dot means it's not a great deal. Plus, every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee. And you know I came through for you guys. You can now use the code BRAD10 to get 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That's 10% off of any tickets using promo code BRAD10. So make sure you use the link in the description to download the app and get that code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. So big thank you to SeatGeek. Now let's get back to the video. Right before I got to college in 2015, I guess it was technically it was like late 2014. I remember the tournament, the Polo Junior Classic at PGA National. I randomly had driver issues. I hit a lot of good drives that week, I remember, but I also hit some drives that I just don't hit, you know, like 40-yard, 50-yard misses right and left, and I just never did that, you know, ever before then. You know, I'd miss maybe every once in a while, hit a big miss, but usually my misses were, you know, just barely in left rough, just barely right rough, whatever. But I didn't freak out about it. I wasn't worried. I just like, let's just figure this out and, you know, move on. It carried on for like 5 or 6 months where, again, it wasn't really a mental thing yet, but it was just kind of a technique thing, and I was just kind of just hitting bigger misses every once in a while. But then after about 6 months, it turned into a mental thing. So first start off with just technique fundamental, something a little is off in the swing, and then it turned into a mental thing where all of a sudden I was getting scared to hit the driver because of the possibility of that big miss. I struggled with that throughout college. It was miserable, not fun at all. Driver yips are not fun. It's hard to go play a normal round of golf whenever you can't even hit a driver on property. And it would come and go. And for instance, like the 2016 USAM I got runner up at, I found something kind of the week before that, and my driver felt so good, and I was so confident with it. And that week I was able to swing as hard as I wanted every driver, and it was going dead straight. And luckily the bad driver actually taught me how to chip and putt really well, because there were times, you know, I was hitting the ball so bad off the tee that if I didn't putt and chip well, I was going to shoot 80s every round. Me putting myself in those situations kind of made me learn how to make a lot of putts and, you know, get up and down from a lot of places. So that was a good thing in hindsight of all that, is that it taught me how to kind of round out the rest of my game. But my driver struggled throughout college. I was so up and down. My junior year at the national championship at Carson Creek in Stillwater, Oklahoma, it's Oklahoma State's course, very intimidating off the tee, and I did not hit a single driver the entire national championship, and I think I got 10th or 11th that week. And I just hit turned my 3-wood down to 13 degrees, just hit 3-woods all day, and was able to figure it out. But it's something I struggled with a ton throughout college. Like I said, some weeks were good, but it was a lot of bad. There was a lot of times where, you know, I would just get to a drive and I'd be scared to hit driver. And I would go on the range and I'd hit it fantastic. You know, whatever I was working on to try to help things out, I'd hit it fantastic on the range. I get on the course and things speed up a little bit, just like they do on the golf course. And all of a sudden I'm hitting it miles away from the fairway. So something I struggled with a lot in college, considering I had the driver yips for basically all of it. I really had a pretty decent college career. I was 2-time All-American, won 2 events, and we got a team national championship. And then obviously during college, I was able to get runner-up at the USAM, got to play in the Masters and US Open. And so I still had a very fun college career and very good one. But to my standards, I wish it'd been better. But if I'd hit the driver better, then it would have been a lot better. But I get out of college and I knew I had to fix the driver. You know, especially in today's game, you have to be able to hit the driver well. You know, if you don't hit it very far, you better hit every fairway. And if you are hitting it far, you better keep it somewhat straight, because driving is just so important in the game now with how long courses are getting and how they're setting the courses up. So I knew I needed to fix some stuff, and I left my longtime instructor to try some different things, you know, because we just weren't figuring it out. And it got worse. My driver got even worse, and then all of a sudden my iron game got worse, and my ball striking and that was going into pro golf. I did 3 years of pro golf where I couldn't find a fairway, I couldn't hit a green. The only thing I had going for me is I was a really good putter. And I'd go out there and putt the eyes off the ball and shoot a 76. That's how bad the ball striking was. And which a lot of you are probably surprised, even the good guys, they didn't see how terrible it was. Even they're like, how did you not do anything in pro golf? And I'm like, dude, you have no idea how bad I hit it. And it was awful. That was, it was tough. It was tough mentally. Because my whole life revolved my whole life has always revolved around golf. And that's something that I still struggle with at times. But my identity has always been, and that's where I don't want to be this way. My identity has always been kind of wrapped around golf. That's what I grew up. I started playing when I was 11 months old. All my life, my first tournament was when I was 3 years old. So all my life has been playing golf tournaments. It's been grinding my butt off, playing golf tournaments, trying to win golf tournaments. And when all of a sudden for 3 years of pro golf where I can't play good golf, I couldn't do it. It didn't matter how hard I worked, I couldn't figure it out. It was really tough on me, just for just mentally and physically, and it was just not fun. It was the most stressful 3 years of my life because first of all, I didn't know what I was going to do if pro golf didn't work out. I didn't know if it was college golf coaching. I was lucky enough, I've never had an actual job. Junior golf, I was constantly traveling 24/7 all the time for junior golf tournaments. And when I was home, I was grinding my butt off, trying to get better. College, I was on scholarship, so we weren't even allowed to have a job with NCAA rules back then. So I couldn't have a job in college, and then went straight to pro golf. So I never had a job. I didn't know what I'd do if golf didn't work out. Probably college golf coaching or something like that. But it was very stressful, and I just couldn't figure anything out. So it was just the most stressful time of my life, and really put a bad taste in my mouth with pro golf. Go to a mini tour golf course, which are usually pretty easy. I couldn't hit 5 greens in a round. It was awful. Luckily, Good came up to Oklahoma, where I was to my home course, Oak Tree National, which you've seen in Good videos. And they came up basically months before I was about to kind of call it quits. Finances weren't there. It's very expensive to do pro golf, especially when you're not making money at tournaments. So the finances were not there, and I was going to give myself one more shot at PGA Tour Canada. And if that didn't work out, I was going to go find something else to do. And that was maybe, about 2 months before all that happened is whenever Good came up to Oklahoma, and I got a relationship with them going, and it all worked out. And now all of a sudden, I start traveling with Good, and I'm like, you know what, this is pretty nice. This is actually a lot of fun. I want to do this. Go full time with Good, and I'm still doing that, and I'm loving it. Absolutely loving doing this. I even got into some kind of alcohol issues near the end of those 3 years of pro golf because I was just so stressed out, and so my identity was so wrapped up in golf, and I wasn't having fun with it. It was a miserable time for me, and I turned to alcohol for a little while to just kind of feel something, or maybe actually just to actually feel nothing. I wanted to feel almost kind of numb, just because my identity was so wrapped around the game of golf. It was just a terrible few years for me. So there's my pro career. 3 years, didn't do anything with it, couldn't hit a fairway, couldn't hit a green, swing was awful. A lot of you probably can't even comprehend. Now that you watch me play golf now, I'm playing a million times better now than I was during my pro career. It has been a lot of fun. The driver is going straight, it's going far. Most of the time I feel like I can swing as hard as I want, and it's still gonna be in the fairway, or at least close to the fairway. The putting has been great lately. I'm just playing good golf, and it's fun. It's fun to play good golf, but it's been awesome. And what's kind of gotten the fire back in my belly for pro golf is that pro golfers are noticing. Joel Damon, we played Joel Damon about a month ago, and he was telling me, you need to get back into it. You need to get back into playing some tournaments. You're playing really good golf. And then whenever I kind of made a little teaser on my Instagram, made a story saying, kind of getting that itch back to play golf again, he replied to it and said, yes, you need to. And then I was at the TGL match where LAGC was playing New York, and I saw Sahith Theegala. He comes up to me and he says, Brad, I watch a lot of the good videos, and every time I watch, you play unreal. He's like, are you gonna get back into competitive stuff? I was like, I don't know. I'm having so much fun with good and all that. And he's like, you need to think about it. You possibly need to get back into this. So he said it. And then 5 days later, we played with Jason Day and the lads, and he was saying the same thing. He's like, the whole thing, y'all probably, if you watch the videos, our video and the one that the lads posted, he was kind of saying it during the video as well, like, why is Dalkey not doing competitive golf? Why is he not playing tournaments? And he even talked to me after the round. He pulled me to the side. He's like, dude, you have the game. He's like, he told me, he's like, I watch you hit iron shots, and it's like it's the same sounds. The ball comes off the same way as all the, he's like, maybe even better than a lot of the PGA Tour pros that I watch every week when I'm playing in tournaments. And he said the driver's unbelievable now, and he's like, you have all the facets of the game. Like, you need to get back and try to play competitive golf again. And it was cool to hear that, for sure, especially from Jason. I think the validation from the best players in the world, the guys that are actually out there doing it now, the validation from them is kind of what got the fire back in my belly. Because I know I have the game to get out there, but I think after those 3 years of pro golf, it's almost a matter of making myself believe it as well. And so that's kind of what triggered all of this thinking lately. That's kind of what triggered this video. Like, what does that look like? You know, what does it look like if I get back into pro golf? First of all, I'm not leaving Good. I am 100% invested into Good. I love this company. I want to help this company grow as big as it possibly can. And I want to see Good become, I mean, it already is kind of becoming a mainstay in golf, but yeah, I want to see 50 pros wearing Good apparel in a PGA Tour event. You know, I want it to be that way with Good as well. I want to keep doing what I've been doing because I absolutely love this job and I want to keep doing this. So what does it look like if I get back into pro golf? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. First off, I'm getting married in June to Abby, my beautiful fiance. We're so busy before the wedding, not just with wedding stuff, just with Good weeks and stuff going on, that I don't really want to get into doing all that stuff, you know, like pro golf, maybe a tournament here or there, but like I don't want to get fully into it until after like we've gotten married and we go on the honeymoon, and then it's almost kind of like a nice restart, refresh. We're married, let's go. Now I can kind of get invested in this part. So don't be expecting anything super soon. We'll see. I need to look at the summer schedule and some stuff, and you know, might be able to go play a tournament here and there. They're just kind of smaller tournaments, just kind of get the rust off. But so don't be expecting anything super soon. But after that, what does it look like? I've already talked to some of the guys and they agree. They want to see me give it another shot. But I also don't, you know, we had to figure out the schedule in a way where I can still do Good, go on Good weeks, but then also do some pro golf. So early on, I wouldn't have any status. Obviously, I have no PGA Tour status, no Korn Ferry status, no PGA Tour America status. I have nothing, you know, when it comes to being able to get into events. I do have a little bit of a reputation now, I guess. I don't want to be freaking big-headed, but I do have a little bit of a reputation and with Good, so maybe, who knows, I could possibly get a sponsor exemption or two into some, you know, PGA Tour events or Korn Ferry events or whatever. That would be awesome, and I would have such a head start on possibly being able to, you know, work my way up if that could happen. I don't even know what it all looks like. I need to talk to the guys and sit down and be like, hey, how can we make these schedules work and figure that out? And they're all, I think, you know, from what I've talked to them about, they're all for wanting me to, you know, go give it another shot. And I think they almost maybe want to make a series out of it to where, you know, it's kind of a good, you know, just following me around to my tournaments and just send a camera guy and they'll be outside the ropes filming, and you can kind of watch some of my tournament golf unfold and see how I play in the tournaments and all that. I don't want to necessarily get into like a series of doing it. I really don't. I don't want to bring you guys to practice with me every day. I don't. I'm sorry. That's just not me. I would rather go practice, just get some work done on my own without worrying about a camera. What it all looks like, again, I don't know yet. It's so early. I just wanted to put this video out to let you know that I'm getting that itch back. You know, I'm really wanting to, not even really think, but I want to get back into competitive golf. And again, I don't know if that means it's just gonna be mini tours and I just want to go scratch that competitive itch, or, you know, and obviously if you told me right now I could be on the PGA Tour, I would take it. I would 100% take it. So, and maybe at some point I get back onto the PGA Tour. Like what my game is like now and how it's gotten there, to the point where I feel like I could go back and play pro golf again here in the near future. Good has been unbelievable to me. The guys brought me in with open arms. They have been awesome to me, and so have the fans. The fans, I think, you know, it takes me a while to open up, whether it's to the camera or to just a new person I meet. I'm kind of shy and kind of quiet at first, but once I open up, I get very open. I appreciate the fans, you know, sticking around with me and sticking with me as I just learn to get more comfortable in front of the camera and all that. I have absolutely loved my time with Good. It's been a perfect place for my game to grow and get better. I was very lucky. About 2 months before Good came up to Oklahoma for that round of golf, where I kind of started everything with them, I finally figured out what was wrong with my swing. I finally figured out the kind of 2 to 3 fundamentals of my swing that I always need to watch out for. Because if those get wrong, that's whenever the big misses can start happening and my swing gets all over the place. So I finally figured that out, because for a long time I was putting Band-Aids on my swing that just they'd work for 3 days and then stop working. So I finally figured out like the main root cause of my issues, and I started working on those about 2 months before Good. This YouTube space has been the best possible place for me to work on my swing and get better as a golfer, because YouTube is enough pressure, you know, with a camera on and knowing that 1 million people are going to watch this video and all this stuff. It's enough pressure for me to, you know, have to go under the gun and pull off a drive, or go and, you know, I'm working on something and there's enough pressure to where it can really expose me. I can be like, I can go out there and be like, hey, you know, I need to work on this more. Or, you know, if I go up there and hit a great shot under that pressure, then it gives me more confidence. So it's a perfect space for me to work on stuff and still, and kind of be able to almost replicate tournament pressure a little bit. It's not quite as much pressure as tournaments. Tournaments still is different, but it's been enough pressure for me to really work on things and get better, but also not so much pressure where I'm not spending $1,500 to go try something and miss a cut and be out on $1,500 for the mini tour event. So it's been like the perfect middle ground for me just to work on things and get better. And it's also just been fun. Good has brought the fun back into golf for me. Like I talked about, for so long my identity was so wrapped around golf. My score that day, I wasn't having fun with it because I was playing a lot of bad rounds. So, you know, when I played a bad round, I wasn't very happy, and I didn't play many good rounds for those 3 years. So I wasn't very happy at all most of the time. But Good has really brought the fun back into golf. Playing the wheel nine ideals and T-flips and all that, it brought the fun back into it like I was a kid again. I think I have a whole new mindset on golf now. If I do go back into pro golf, and I'm sure it'll be an easy trap for me to fall into, you know, that kind of identity wrapped around golf and my score that day. But if I do get back into it, I just want to have fun with it. You know, I just want to have fun like I'm a kid playing golf. And, you know, if I go out to a major event, shoot 82 or whatever it may be, then it's fine. It's fine. I can go back the next day and try to play better and just have fun with it. And I think the safety net of Good as well will help me mentally, you know, because before, like I said, I didn't know what I would do with golf. Didn't work out. Now I do. You know, if I go try it again and it doesn't work out again, I've always got Good to fall back onto. I'm not leaving Good in any way. I will 100% be on all the Good weeks, except maybe, you know, if this all happens, maybe I miss a week or here or two here or there. But for the most part, I'll be in all the videos just like you see now. Unless maybe I get on the PGA Tour, actually work my way up, get on the PGA Tour, then the schedules might have to change a little bit, you know. But so don't be expecting me to be away from Good at all. I'm still 100% gonna be in the Good videos just like I have been. Yeah, it's just brought the fun back into it, and I have enjoyed every second of it, and it's just my mindset has changed on golf. So I think I'm a better golfer now than I was during my 3 years of pro golf by a mile. My golf game, my technique, all that, my swing, everything, so much better. I'm hitting the ball far and straight. My golf game is so much better, but most importantly, I think just mentally, I'm so much better. I think I could actually go into a pro tournament with a much more free feeling and just go out there and have fun, treat it like it's a YouTube video, and just have fun with it. I just want to have fun with it and not wrap my identity around golf, and know that it's a game and I'm giving this a shot. If it doesn't work out, that's fine. At that point, I will have a beautiful wife, possibly kids by then. I don't know what that's looking like, Abby, I don't know yet, but a great family, great support system, friends and family, and a stable job. If it doesn't work out, I have all those things still. So there's no point in stressing about it. I just want to have fun doing it. So that's pretty much it. Again, I'm getting married in June, so nothing's really gonna happen much in the near future. Like, I wanna get married and all that done before I really start thinking about, you know, all this other stuff a ton. But I just wanted to put this out there for you guys to know what's kind of going through my head, because I see just so many comments on why is Brad not playing pro golf? Why is Brad not, you know, doing this? Why is he not trying to qualify for stuff? The main reason I haven't been is because I've been having so much fun doing YouTube golf. It has genuinely been the most fun few years of my life. I've got a beautiful fiance, fun playing golf. I'm getting to travel with my buddies and just play golf on camera and get paid doing it. Like, I'm living the life, if I'm gonna be honest. And it's just so much fun doing what I've been doing. But now I'm getting this itch back a little bit. I really am wanting to get back into some pro golf. And again, I will be keeping y'all updated on what the plan is, if I have tournaments going on. And like I said, Good might be doing a little series out of it and all that. So hopefully we can get all that figured out. We can get the scheduling figured out. But I I wanted to let you guys know that I am getting that competitive itch back. I do want to start playing some tournaments again here in the near future, or just in the future. I just want to keep y'all updated, you know, because again, I see so many comments about it, asking what my plan is and what, you know, if I'm going to do pro golf again. So I just wanted to clear it and just be like, yes, I am wanting to play some pro golf again soon. So again, I just want to appreciate everything Good Good has done for me. Go to goodgoodgolf.com right now and buy some apparel. Genuinely, this company is amazing, and I am so thankful that they brought me in to this amazing life, to this amazing thing. And I want to build this company up to something, not just by myself, I want to help build this company up into something that is so big you never would have thought Good Good would get that big. I love the guys. I love everyone behind the scenes of Good Good, all the people that do the work that aren't on camera, and the camera guys, Colin and Max and Luis and Cade and all those guys. I love this company. I'm 100% committed to them, and I want to figure out how we can incorporate Good Good, or me into Good Good, but also me into pro golf. That would be the most fun thing in the world. Again, I didn't have many notes, but I think I hit on everything I wanted to, and I just really appreciate you watching. I appreciate all the support. We'll keep you updated, and hopefully, you never know, hopefully we'll see some more Good Good apparel from me on the PGA Tour at some point in the future. That would be the dream. So we'll see you on the next one. Peace.